Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today happens to be the best glitched Scottie Pippen build within all of NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now firstly, shout out to all of you for dropping it in the comments and telling me this was a build you want to see. So once you told me that, as you can guess, I went out there and I made the best version of this build I could, and it just so happens to be a glitched 6'8" small forward build, I believe. Now, before I take you through the process of how you go ahead and set up this glitched Scottie Pippen build, I'm firstly going to take you through the process of how to set up the glitched small forward base. Now, as you can see in the video behind you, this was when I was setting it up for LeBron James. So first things first, what you got to do is take your height up to about 2.05 meters. Sorry, 2.07 meters, and then increase your weight to 113 kilograms and put your wingspan at 2.31 meters. Body shape, you can keep it a solid. And then from there, as with these glitched builds, first things first, you got to max out all the attributes and proceed to the next screen. Now, also doing that, I do got to say, how y'all feeling about the channel? Because obviously we recently been monetized, which I'm going to say large thank you to all of you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without all of you. I'm going to just say it now. Don't worry about the takeovers. Just skip them. Go ahead. Proceed. My player build tells you that you've built whatever the heck it is. Facilitating finisher this time. As you can guess, we go through select edit build and we back all the way out. And we go to the settings menu where we then have to change measurements to imperial. From there, we go back into the My Career menu, select through and find the build we were initially altering, which should be a 6'9" small forward, 250 pounds. Go ahead past the vitals because again, you don't need to worry about changing these. Then you got to go to the height where you got to lower it all the way down to 6'5", and you also got to leave the weight and the wingspan as they are. Body shape, you can leave it and then you proceed over. But as I was saying, shout out to all of you for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without all of you. I am quite happy to be here, don't get me twisted. Just because we're monetized doesn't mean the channel's going to change. We're still going to produce the same content and do the same stuff. But as the new overlay says, I do got to say, don't forget to drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. Don't forget to drop a comment telling me what build you want to see. Don't forget to share the video because it helps a lot. And also, if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. As you can see, we've now gone through the process of maxing out this version of the build. We go to edit build again because we're not done yet. Back all the way out to the main menu as quick as we can. And then once we get to the main menu, head over to settings and change body measurements back to metric, aka meters and kilograms. Now this one is the one where you want to pay attention because when you do get back into the build you're originally messing with, which again should be a 1.97 meters small forward, if I read that right, then you want to firstly lower the weight all the way down to 80 kilograms, and then slowly ease the height up until you get to 2.05 meters. You'll know you've done it right because you have an 86 kilograms when it comes to weight. Then you want to put the wingspan up to 2.31 meters, and you should notice that your steel, I believe, is at about a 90. Now, body shape wise, I would personally just, leave it as defined because as you know me, I always like to leave it there. Then as you can guess, from here you could technically make the build, but this is not where I would make the build. I'd personally go to the imperial side of it because I do like seeing stuff in feet and inches and pounds. So, actually, I like it in feet and inches and kilograms. Pause, high key, pause. But yeah, max out the build as you would normally. Go ahead, finish doing that, and then as you can guess, we have to proceed by hitting that X button to continue. Takeovers, again, we can skip these because it doesn't matter. And then we just go yes, and for the final time, we then go ahead and press on that edit build. It's kind of weird that it tells you that you've built these players, even though technically they have no physicals. Makes you wonder what 2K really gives them for attributes. Go to settings, again, change it back to Imperial, and now when you go back to the My Career menu, you should see yourself with the base for this build, which should be a 6'9" small forward at about 190 pounds, I believe. Now I'm gonna quickly head over to the PS5 and I'm gonna show you how you set it up as the glitched Scottie Pippen build. So as I said, now that we've gone through the process of setting up the base for the glitched small forward build, I'm gonna now take you through the process of how you set up the best glitched Scottie Pippen small forward build within NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now, as most of you remember, Scottie Pippen in his prime, small forward, right-handed, jersey number 33 for the Chicago Bulls. Height-wise, we decided to keep Scottie at his good old height of 6'9", as well as giving him a weight of 188 pounds, and then we decided to give him a wingspan of 7'4". Body shape wise, we got to go define because again, this man was, you know what I'm saying, lifting weights and doing everything he could whilst he was in the league. Now, let's get the physicals out the way first because these tend to be the ones that tend to mess with everything else slightly. We decided to go with a 79 when it comes to the speed, 78 when it comes to the excel. Vertical, as you can guess, I decided to go with an 80. A lot of this was inspired by the fact that every time I think of Scottie and dunking, first thing I see is him putting his nuts in Patrick Ewing's face. Pause, because that was something where Scottie really disrespected that man. Now, stamina, I do got to go with a 90 because even though this isn't a ball handler, you will be running around quite a bit as you try and create for yourself as well as spreading the ball around when you see what we do with some of the passing. So yeah, first things first, close shot, you do got to go, sorry, not close shot, yeah, close shot, we do got to go with an 84 because we do want the ability of firstly getting gold mouse in the house, but also the ability of getting gold grace under pressure because Scottie Pippen was one of those dudes who, when needed, he'd play under the rim and he'd low-key just put the ball back up as quickly as he could. But then we also got to put his driving layup up to an 80 because, again, he had the ability to finish at the cup with either hand, whether right or left, finishing at the cup with layups. And as you can guess, we do got to put the driving dunk at a 92 because, as I said, I am inspired by the fact of the poster I saw him put on Patrick Ewing. Now, post control, I decided to give Scottie a bit of a 76. Don't mind me, got a little bit of the sniffles. I decided to go with a 76 because it allowed us to get gold drop stepper and back down punisher as well as Hall of Fame dream shake. I could have put more on him to get at least Hall of Fame drop stepper, but I really didn't think Scottie's post game was that immense whereby we really had to go that far into it. And then when it came to the shooting stats, I obviously had to max out the shooting abilities that I had here due to how limited they were because the fact is, even though he wasn't one of the greatest shooters of all time, Scottie Pippen could knock down a jump shot like no man's business. So we got to put some respect on his name by giving him an 85 when it comes to the mid-range, as well as an 80 on the 3-ball and a 74 on the free throw. Then when it comes to the playmaking side of the ball, I decided to go to 78 when it came to the passing, mainly because I wanted the ability of getting silver, needle threader, floor general, post playmaker, special delivery, as well as bullet passer and bailout. And then when it came to the ball handle, I maxed it out at an 80 and maxed the speed with ball out at a 74 because, again, we have to put respect on Scottie Pippen's name because he is one of the great 100 players to have ever played in the league. I'm not going to say where he places in my top 100, but he is in there. Now, this is the part of the game where I really feel like if you're making a Scottie Pippen build, you really have to put some emphasis on, because for those of you who don't remember, this man was on a bunch of all-defensive teams because Scottie Pippen was a menace when guarding, especially at the perimeter and playing passing lanes. So first things first, I do got to get the interior defense out of the way because he was a little bit, he could guard down in the post, so I decided to give him a 70, which allows him to get that bronze post lockdown. And then when it came to the perimeter defense, as you can guess, I decided to go with an 86 because Scottie Pippen, one of the most elite defenders we've seen play this game, so we do have to at least give him at least gold menace, gold clamps, as well as Hall of Fame off-ball pest, as well as hustler. And then when it came to the steal, I decided again to go with an 86 because he could pick pockets. Not only could he play the passing lanes, this man could pick pockets. So the very least we could do is give him gold interceptor, gold interceptor as well as gold pickpocket. And then when it came to the block, as you can guess, we got to go all the way up to an 81 because we did need to get at least gold intimidator on this here build because, ladies and gentlemen, I am not disrespecting this great two-way player. And then rebounding wise, as you can guess, we got to go with an 81 when it comes to the defensive, as well as a 75 when it comes to the offensive, because the main thing here was we wanted it to be that because of what this Scottie Pippen build lacks in its ability to really sprint up and down the floor, we wanted it to be that you could really benefit from its ability to do everything else so amazingly. So as you can see, it finishes with 22 finishing badges, key things being it can play out of the post, finish right under the cup, and has the ability to bang it on people need be. It finishes with 25 shooting badges where it gets a maxed mid-range 3-ball that you get on it, as well as a 74 free throw that allows you to be able to take it to the rec. But the key thing here is you do get Hall of Fame fade ace, which means you can really just knock down jumpers out of the post if people really press you like that. And then playmaking wise, we finished with 22 total playmaking badge points. And then defensively, we finished with 25 total defensive badge points. Why am I slacking like that? With the key thing here being the only ones at silver are rebound chaser, rim protector, and worm. And the only ones at bronze are post lockdown and brick wall. But as you can guess, as the Scottie Pippen build is a small forward build, you will find yourself at the perimeter quite a bit. And all the key perimeter badges are at least gold or Hall of Fame. And then we finished with a 79 speed, 78 excel, 90 stamina, and then 80 vertical. Now in total badge point wise, we do finish with 94 total badge points, but if you manage to rebirth this build, as well as finish all 8 seasons of NBA 2K22 Next Gen, that gives you a grand total of 106 total badge points on this year's Scottie Pippen build. Now takeover wise, very first one I gotta go with is most likely, so with someone like Scottie, I gotta I gotta give Scottie spot of precision because, as I said, one of the great knockdown shooters. Plus, it was mainly because of the fact that MJ was on the team, so he really didn't get to show off how amazing he was at his shot creating at the time. And then when it comes defensively, I do gotta go with extreme clamps because, as I said, one of the greatest two-way players to have ever played the game. Now, what 2K says we have happened to build here is a two-way slashing shot creator, the likes of Jimmy Butler, Scottie Pippen, and Jason Tatum. I am quite proud of myself because, as I said, there's very few occasions where I managed to get a player in the shades of, and this is one of them. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And don't forget, drop a comment telling me what build you want to see next. And again, I do always got to keep saying this recently, thank you for all the support you've been showing the channel. It is really appreciated. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.